Hello YouTube, this is RaPsCaLLion. Today I bring you my version of a dropper item elevator. Um, I used one of these in my multi-item sorter, and I thought there could be some room for improvement. I found a bunch of versions throughout YouTube with different ways of moving the items up through droppers, and I think this is actually the most compact I've seen for something that is one wide and is tileable, is silent, and is hopper speed. Now, it's mostly hopper speed. The reason I say that is because there is a one hopper delay on this bottom dropper, so you'll actually keep one item in here until everything keeps going up. It's no different than if you added another hopper to the line here and fed it in and then put it up if this was true dropper speed. That's the same for any of these dropper item elevator designs. There's only the one version that I've seen that is true hopper speed, and it's the one that I used in my multi-item sorter video. So again, I don't think I need to do a tutorial or even a world download on this one, to be honest, because it's pretty straightforward. So your items will load in through here. I have it as a chest for now, but could as easily be any series of hoppers that lead into this. So let's put one item in and see what happens. You saw a bit of a flash here, no noise, and we've got our dirt already up there. So let's load everything up and see how it works. We'll put our dirt into this one, we'll put our grass in here, we'll put our andesite here, our diorite here. So everything's quiet, no noise, you see things working. These are alternating powered rails and activator rails. So however many slices of this dropper item elevator you have, just alternate between those two, and you've got your note blocks here. So all that's happening is this is sending a signal as it's feeding items down through. You'll see that it's pulling items in, and it keeps a constant signal. This actually pushes this dropper upwards into the hopper, and it releases the power from this little clock. So once this flashes off, it takes a signal, pushes it into this block, activates the note block, recognizes the signal, lights it up here, and lights it back up, and then it's continuously on and off. We're reading from this block here outwards on a repeater with 2 ticks, which fires this block and this note block, and then feeds the system upwards. So it's pretty straightforward. Here's where you see where it keeps one item in that bottom dropper, at all times. So it's not true hopper speed, but everything else is going up at hopper speed. So there we go. It's actually already done. So these ones are all done as well too. Nothing there. Nothing. And up and top. Now, this is the same as any other dropper item elevator in that if you unload the chunk or close and open your game, you're going to get items stuck. The best thing you can do, so you might end up with, let's just say here, let's say half a stack didn't go through because you closed your game partway through, and now you're left with these items here. They're just stuck there. If you put more items in, let's actually just do this. It will fire out the items that you put in, but those other items will remain stuck there. So you see those items going up, it's filled through, those 16 are still there. That's what these levers are for. It's just going to push the item into the hopper, and it'll let it cycle through. When you hear ticking, everything's clear. No, sorry. Not when you just hear ticking. When you see that this is actually empty is the best thing to do. Okay. You actually heard a bit of a pause in between there, and then it started really ticking. That's when you know things are cleared up. And that's all there is to it. So here's a quick shot of the design. I have 2 side by side here and 2 side by side this way, just to show you that it's not directional. This same design works anywhere in the world, shouldn't really matter where your placement is, but that's all there is to it. If you're going to use chests here in this very specific type of design, be careful because there is some sort of issue with block updates where if you're opening and closing the chest as the hopper is working, it will actually tick. I don't know why that is, but it does happen. So let's see here. So we've put items in, we're cycling through. There, hear it tick? I'm not sure what actually causes that. It has something to do with block updates. It doesn't happen with the shulker boxes. It does happen with barrels also, and with other hoppers. It's just with, actually with other hoppers, I don't think it does happen. Let's make sure that's true. So if this is our hopper, I'll just go grab those items. See, and it actually broke it too when you're opening and closing the chest. So it's not just that it makes it loud, it makes it so it gets items stuck. So in here, hopper doesn't matter. Yeah, see, all good. This is going through at hopper speed. Let's try the barrel. And barrel's on top. Grab our items. Might as well just grab there. So I've got 53. That ticked because I opened the barrel. That's good. So put it in. Good. Oh, barrel. Ah, there you go. Barrel not safe. So you heard the tick go as I kept closing it rapidly. And there's the item stuck there. So that's where it got one item stuck. I don't think it did it again because that one item was there, so it didn't have the opportunity to catch it there. The chest catches it in a couple spots. So let's do that again. Yeah, there we go. So that'll stick an item there. And it did it again as I opened it up. The shulker is safe from this problem. So if there's, if you're worried about it getting stuck, just use a shulker box here. We'll drop items in. See, no problems opening and closing. Open and close, no issues with it whatsoever. A hopper, of course, will not cause this problem because there's no block update detection that's actually happening. I think it has to do with the comparators and their comparator updates. But let's try this here. We've got one item stuck there. No problem with those. It would still happen even. It's not the distance, so even if I put items here, see, opening and closing, it broke it. So you just have to be careful of what types of items you're using in those spots. Shulkers, easiest thing to use, or depending on your system, if you've got a bunch of hoppers leading things in, you won't have any problems with this either. Yeah, shulker in. Oh, it got stuck because there's items in there. There we go. So shulker in, and should go all the way up. There you go. Okay, and that's the design. Like I said, I'm not going to include any sort of explicit tutorial or world download. Should be easy enough to figure out based on this short video. Hope you enjoy, and leave a comment because I'm always open to feedback. Thanks again.